Welcome back. Time now 6:20 at the Nebraska Correctional Center for Women in York. The culture behind bars is changing for the inmates thanks to the use of dance as a form of therapy. I have this morning's special report.
People are not in prison because something good happened. Their pasts are usually tragic, if they choose to share it.
When you come here, it's like you're stripped of all your hope.
This is video of Sarah Collin in 2014.
Still stand by what you said was the truth of what happened that day?
Sobbing but silent, the then 25-year-old was sentenced to 70 years to life for intentional child abuse resulting in death.
If I could take it back, if I could take everything back, I would, but I can't. So for now, this is my restoration, is giving back, is becoming better.
For Collin, remorse is now channeled into rhythm.
The people have spoken. They want JC. To the right. Get your shoulders in it.
The brains behind this idea of therapy through dance is Lucy Wallace from Colorado.
It touches on everything that the body needs to heal.
In 2015, Wallace started Dance to Be Free for inmates at a Denver women's prison.
I knew the combo of expressive, cathartic, emotional music and choreography would be able to help them release pain.
Wallace branched out of Colorado and started training inmates as instructors.
Hold it there. Grapevine to the left.
Nebraska was Wallace's first stop out of state. The twice-a-week activity is now a favorite at NCCW.
You're an inmate out there, but the moment you come in here, you're just women.
Dance to Be Free is serving its purpose as a healthy way to express emotions.
She's crying.
You forget where you're at. You forget that you are in prison.
For lifelong dancer Miranda Gillett,
Pump it 2 times each side.
being an instructor has given her meaning
Give it some swag, girl.
and motivation.
I learned how to have a voice for myself, and I want that voice to be positive to the community that I go back into.
Inmate Holly Chambers says dancing has helped tone down her temper.
I love that feeling. I love that joy that I get when I'm dancing, when I'm just moving around.
She hopes to be dancing with her daughters when she paroles later this year. As for Collin, dancing is helping her cope with her shame and guilt.
Push it.
And it's forcing her to face some issues she wishes she would have addressed when she was truly free.
I just want people to see the humanity behind these walls, you know, because we have a lot to give, and I'm determined to still give that from here.
I'ma keep it running because the winner don't play on themselves.
Emily Zink, 3 News Now.
Thank you. So I wouldn't be standing here on this stage with you right now if it weren't for... Yes. I would... So I wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for Denise and her leadership as a warden and how that has helped my nonprofit grow and thrive. An open, inspiring, emotionally connected leader is an essential ingredient when talking about change in any system. So I thank you, Denise, and I thank you, Scott, and NCCW for all that you do. So, Dance to Be Free is changing the lives of incarcerated women through the healing power of dance. I wish I had a better story for how it started, but it was a spontaneous conversation that just came out of a random moment in time, and it's the best idea I've ever had. And basically, I had no idea how to run a nonprofit or where to start. I awkwardly called the captain at the Denver Women's Correctional Facility and nervously said, "Can I dance at your prison?" And then 3 years later, we are now in 6 states and 10 prisons. So we are dancing inside of Colorado, Nebraska, Arkansas, Washington, Hawaii, and Mississippi's women's prisons. Yes. We have certified We've certified. We've trained over 250 women as dance teachers with our 12-hour teacher training program. So the women, as you saw in that video, sustain the program when we're gone. So during that 12 hours, we help the women let go of vanity, competition, judgment. We really support them in letting go and being themselves, which is a huge, huge relief. So I want to talk about the difference between inspiration versus coercion. What is the difference between inspiring someone towards change or shaming them or forcing change upon them? So without diminishing the complexities of the prison industrial complex, I think we've seen the ineffectiveness of force or shaming or coercion. So we're starting backwards. We're looking at someone's behavior instead of asking the question, what happened? What happened to that person, especially at a young age or even a nonverbal age when our brains are so vulnerable to trauma? So given that 8 out of 10 women arrive in prison having suffered previous trauma, we need to address the body. The body is where trauma lives and is where it is healed. So the reason that dancing so specifically helps heal trauma is it brings control back into the body. So when we're traumatized or we're violated, we're no longer in control of our physical experience, and that's terrifying. And that helplessness can lead to post-traumatic stress disorder unless it's released through the body. So we're supporting our students to relax their nervous system so they can even enjoy a movement like that. I mean, look at these women, wide open. So that's what we're trying to help the nervous system soften so you can even physically lean into change. And here are some words of wisdom from Sarah. I just want people to see the humanity behind these walls. And a woman in Pueblo's prison said, I've gone from 8 medications down to 1 since Dance to Be Free. And another woman said, I don't need to do drugs anymore. These are huge, powerful statements. So why should you care? Why should you and I care about this issue? As Director Frake said, 93% of people are going to be released from prison, and they're going to be your neighbor. They're going to be our neighbor. Do we want them more traumatized, or do we want them rehabilitated? So when we were in Hawaii for our training, we were there for the ballistic missile scare. So for 38 minutes, we thought there was a missile headed towards the Hawaiian Islands. And I actually had the thought I might die. And Dance to Be Free has been so hugely impacting on my life that I was actually at peace with the thought, because that's how much you all have changed my life. So the change is so mutual. I'd like to invite Demetrius Gatson, who was just released from NCCW in December. And she said, Dance to Be Free has changed the culture of this institution. And so I'd like to invite her.
Y'all gonna make me cry. Y'all gonna make me cry. I never thought I'd come back into this institution with a visitor's badge. The culture changed so much when I started dancing because I was able to talk to staff. I was able to go out and be who I really am. I like to dance. I like to be free. I like to mind my own business. Then I started seeing people wanting to come dance too. When Shar brought in this dance program, I think it was one of the best things she could have done, because when you dance, you open your body up to so many vulnerabilities that you don't even realize that you're smiling, that you're crying, that you're two-stepping. You don't know what you're doing. But I'm gonna tell you what your body is doing. Your body is releasing so many types of endorphins and all these other hormones I learned about. It's releasing all of them, and it's letting in all these good toxins. When I came to NCCW, I was going through menopause, angry, and broke down. I stayed that way for about 2 years. Dance to Be Free came, and I went and danced one Saturday, and I couldn't let go. I continued. I kept dancing. I'm now at the CCCL, which is the Community Correction Center in Lincoln, and I teach class every Sunday at church. I have 75-year-old ladies that dance. But I want to let you know that the culture in this institution changed with Dance to Be Free because we let our guard down. Like I said, you let everything go when you dance. We let our guard down, and we decided to start talking to the staff. Can I dance over here? I'm doing Dance to Be Free. Can I go over here? I'm singing out loud because I'm singing Dance to Be Free. And they said, okay. Then they started asking questions. Well, what is that? What move is that? So our culture shifted from don't talk to the staff to let me go talk to Jackson. Let me go talk to Davis. See if I can dance. So when you dance, you open yourself up. I want y'all to stay open all the time. And that invites change into your life. Always stay open, open-hearted, open-minded. I've learned that when I came here, and when anybody comes here, you always take a step back, right? But when you dance, I want you to know that you're going to take a step back, but there's a gallop to go along with it. You feel me? Thank you.
Stay up here. So I'd like to invite Miranda and Sarah and Shar and Denise up for a little dance. And all of you sitting, you're going to just stand up, and we're not going to move our feet, just our arms, as the lovely David sings One Day. You want this one? Yeah. Okay. Four gathers, 2 drops.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and I thank God I'm breathing. And then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. And sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all of my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more, there'll be no more wars, and I'm